So first we will study the concept of protozoa. And here the concept of protozoa, this is kingdom Protista. The concept of protozoa. The protozoans are usually microscopic animalcules. See, the important thing is that they are microscopic animalcules. Then they are unicellular grade animals, smaller in size, permeable limiting membrane, which is related to high surface area to volume ratio that maintains the shape and size of the animal. In their life cycle, no blastula or larval stage is seen. Another thing that we have to remember about the kingdom Protista that includes protozoa is that these cells are eukaryotic. In protozoa, about 50,000 species are known. Then acellular. Acellular means that the single cell has subcellular physiological division of labor. So a unicellular cell acts as a complete organism. So that's why also called as acellular. Then another important thing is they may contain one or more nuclei, and the types of nuclei can be different also. They can be monomorphic. So monomorphic is similar single type of nucleus, and dimorphic, two types of nucleus, that is the macronucleus and the micronucleus, which we can see in paramecium. And the protoplasmic grade of organization. The protozoans have the protoplasmic grade of organization. Now, what grade of organization is present in Porifera? You have to find out. We will study in later lecture that the grade of organization of protozoa is protoplasmic. Then what is the grade of organization in Porifera sponges? Body symmetry. See, it has all types of symmetry: bilateral, radial, or spherical. And then symmetry may be absent. If you remember any protozoan which does not have a specific shape, the symmetry is absent because the shape is absent. Example is amoeba. Amoeba does not have a specific shape. That's why symmetry is absent in amoeba. So the body is symmetry is bilateral, radial, or spherical. Now spherical symmetry is found only in protozoa. It is not found in any other phylum or kingdom. So this is the specific symmetry found in protozoa. Then the nutrition, see, the nutrition, it is either animal-like, holozoic, or plant-like. So this is the confusion, whether these are animals or these are plant, because they have both type of nutrition, animal-like, holozoic, plant-like, holophytic. And then they also have saprozoic, they feed on the dead decaying organic matter, so they act as decomposers also, or they can be parasitic also. And if you remember any parasite found in our blood which causes malaria, it is Plasmodium. So Plasmodium is again an protozoan which leads to malaria. So nutrition mostly all types of nutrition are found. They can form their own food, that is plant-like, holophytic. They can eat food formed by the primary producer, that is animal-like, holozoic. They can act as decomposer, or they can be parasitic. They do not have a definite oral or anal aperture, and the digestion is intracellular. In the contractile vacuoles, this is a very important organelle which is found only in protozoa. This organelle is specifically found only in protozoa. So contractile vacuole found in some freshwater forms for osmoregulation. So in question is asked in many exams, what is the function of contractile vacuole? So the primary function of contractile vacuole is osmoregulation, And the secondary function of contractile vacuole is excretion. Next, in the cortex, just under the pellicle of some protist, extrusible bodies, extusomes of various types. Example, trichocyst. If you remember trichocyst, they are found in Paramecium. Some species of Paramecium, they have trichocyst, haptocyst, toxicyst, and mucocyst have evolved. Many species have an external covering sheet, which is a glycopolysaccharide surface coat, sometimes known as glycocalyx. Cyst or spore walls, stalks, loricae, and shells or test are also common external forms of protozoa. Another point which is very important is they are called as immortal. Immortal, that is, they do not die natural death. Why? See, the body is not divisible into somatoplasm and germplasm. There is no division of that, since it is a single cell. So single cell will act as the body cell, that is the somatoplasm, and the single cell will act as germplasm, that is, it will produce the gametes, so germplasm. So when the cell becomes large in size, the cell divides into two, and both the cells formed are the new daughter cells. So in a way, they are exempted from the natural death. So they are called as immortal because the body is not divisible into somatoplasm and germplasm.